Gary here again, October 9th, and just giving you a little update on what I've been working on the car in the last couple of days. Just going to flip the camera around here. There we go. So this engine is half full of, that's like a concrete kind of thing. And the top half of the block will have coolant water in it. It's got like a little extension here with a rad cap on it, and when the water heats up, it pushes out past the rad cap out to here. Then it's supposed to go into a little collection can. So it's going to have 6A. I put 6A in fittings on all this stuff. It's going to have a PTFE hose that comes down from there down to the bottom rail or bottom tube on the frame. And it'll have to go on the outside of the tin work here, because you can't have anything like that on the inside of the cockpit, just in case it would blow up or something like that. You're going to get scalding hot water on it. So it'll come to the back here, and then it'll go back to the bottom of the frame rail here, bottom tube. And then it'll come up in the back here, and it's going to get connected to this first overflow can here. I believe these are, I think, a liter each or a quart each, something like that. So it's going to come in at the bottom fitting here. Whoops, we're out of focus. See if we can get that working again. There. It's going to come in at the bottom of that can, and then it'll fill that one up all the way. Then it'll go to the crossover tube here, and then start filling up the secondary can here. And then that can has a vent for the whole system on it here. And should it end up filling that whole thing up, it'll just spew out the vent here. I've got to change this a little bit. Should instead of going forward, it should be going down and away from the back tires. So I'll have to just sort of redesign all that. But other than that, it turned out pretty good. It's mounted fairly solid. What really helps it is this crossover tube. I decided to use a solid tube on that, and that stiffened it all up pretty good. So it turned out pretty nice. All fit in the back here quite nicely. So that turned out pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So originally I was going to put it up in the front part of the frame, but then I've had issues with that in the past where the hose came apart or whatever, and I ended up getting water on the ground just ahead of one of the back tires, and the car kept going like a turkey walk until it was at the end of second gear, and it came back to center. I got so bad, the car was just drifting down the track. I had it all the way to the left lock, and I was staring at the guardrail, waiting to see what was going to happen. And the car started to come back to center, and then I pulled third gear right away, and then that settled it down. So, but it was a little more excitement than I wanted. So hopefully this will work much better. That way that it's all, there's no hoses with hose clamps or any of that kind of BS. It's all threaded 6AN line, and so that you shouldn't have any issue there. I've got some little black metal clips, little hangers. They will just get riveted onto this black tin work, and the 6AN hose is black as well, so hopefully it'll be kind of like inconspicuous. Not much else I can do. I don't have any more ports going down the frame anymore that I can use. They're all used up. The one that was in the bottom tube is used up by the big thick battery cable that goes to the back, so there isn't enough room for the both of them to go down the frame tube. So unfortunately, that's all I can really do is just run it on the outside of the tin work and then back under the frame again. But pretty happy with the way it turned out. All looks pretty tidy. This is the puke tank in here. That all turned out pretty decent. So that's it for that project. Like I said, just waiting on my tube. I was short about 4 feet on the 6AN tubing, so I got that ordered. It's supposed to be here about 2 days time, and then I'll make that tube up, and that project will be all done. So we're just moving along here. Got a few other things to do yet. I got to make some little aluminum extensions for the arms on the fire bottles. What do we got going on here? We got a few projects sort of in progress right now. Luckily, most of them are making it over to the completed column here. Waiting on my welder guy to come and finish up a bunch of the welding. So it's getting there. Pretty happy with it so far. Got to get back to the body, get it mounted, get the trim work done, and then talk to a guy that I know about paint and stuff like that. So airbrush and whatever else. Get him to give me some ideas and what to do with the car. Like I said before, it's going to be a candy purple with silver accents, and then the frame is going to be a gasser green. And then I'm going to get him to paint some grill marks on the front of the rad here. So it should turn out pretty good. So that's about it for today. Just thought I'd give you a quick little update on what's been happening this last week. And hopefully, I would like to fire this thing up one more time and switch it over to alcohol and see how it runs and how it performs and see how hot it gets. But we're into the fall weather here now, so we had an awesome day today, but I didn't have any alcohol, so I didn't feel like firing it all up on gas and then having to clean the whole system out again. So hopefully we'll get a few more decent days and I can get it fired up and we can see. I have to still check the timing. I've just kind of eyeballed everything, and I've got it set for about 30 degrees advance right now, so I think it's pretty close, pretty decent, but I'm just going on the degree wheel, so you don't really know until you actually put a timing light on it. So we got to do that yet and just see how it corresponds to the markings on the damper, so I can tell how close it is with the timing, and a few other little things like that. So that's about it for today. We'll catch you next time. Take care.